We can't rely on these jobs. We can't rely on the government. We definitely can't rely on unemployment. And you don't actually need a job. You need an income. When I tell you that phrase, literal game changer, if you have looked at the news lately or watched any YouTube videos, you've seen the amount of people who are literally struggling right now. When I tell you struggling is an understatement in 2026, struggling is literally not even the word anymore. I was just watching a YouTube video about a woman coming on camera and explaining her experience with unemployment and how challenging it's been and how she was not prepared for what she was going to go through, her experience, and how her unemployment is running out. She was laid off a year ago, I think, almost a year ago, and she's going through all these emotions, trying to come up with business ideas and basically trying to scramble because her unemployment will be running out in 2 weeks. And she's trying to come up with business ventures, trying to find other ways of earning an income. And it's just really crazy how you can go to school, be employed for X amount of years, have all this experience, be super educated, and still be without an income just by the drop of a hat. And it's really discouraging, really sad, really concerning for so many Americans right now. And she was just basically explaining her experience about how she's really depressed, doesn't know what to do, asking for suggestions. She said that someone told her, you don't need a job, you need income. And when I say that is so eye opening, because a job is not the only way to receive an income. And for all the people who are saying, just get a job, just go work at McDonald's, do whatever you can, do what you got to do to get by. And you know what? This may be controversial, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe that I put in all that work, put in all those hours of writing research papers, spent all that money on my education just to work at McDonald's. I don't know about you, but I will not subject myself to having to go back with that many steps just to say I have a job, just to earn an income. I'm sorry, but I'm worth more than that. Say what you want to say. You can say I'm lazy, I'm too good for a certain job. I am, because I did not put in all that work just to work at McDonald's or just to work at a random grocery store. I know that people are in different circumstances, different situations where they may have to do that. I am blessed to have help where I'm not in a position where I have to get a job like that. But there are so many opportunities out for people right now, so many ways online to earn an income. It does not have to be a job per se, not just social media. Not everybody wants to do social media, but you could literally do digital marketing. You could sell digital products. You can own an Etsy shop. You can display your skills as a hairdresser, a makeup artist, a nail tech, whatever it is that you do on the side. Social media and online is a great way to spread your business, make awareness to your business that you already own. But if you don't have a business, social media is a really great way to put yourself out there, do something different that you didn't think was out there originally. But I think that so many of us are just so accustomed to the traditional way of earning an income that you have to get a job, that society tells you you go to school, you have to get a job, and that's the only way to make money. In 2026, that is so far from the truth. Getting a job is not the only way to sustain your life. And no, it does not make you lazy if you don't want to get a job. It does not make you lazy. It makes you resourceful, it makes you ambitious, and it makes you wanting to step outside from the norm of what other people are telling you to do. So if you don't want to get a job, but you need an income, let me be the one to tell you that is okay. You can be successful without having to get a job. Do what you feel is best for you, even if no one else understands. And let me just say this. I don't know how people are getting through this tough season without God, without the Lord. I have been in a situation where I've been unemployed for over a year. If I didn't have God, I don't know how I'd still be standing right here. I don't know how I'd be standing up right now, literally. I don't know how people are getting through this without God. I quite literally would be on the floor for weeks and months on end. So if you're not relying on the Lord for ideas, provision, resources, strength, I don't know how you're making it through. I just had to put that out there. But yes, if you're not already looking into the internet for business ideas, for income, you probably should go ahead and start getting looking into it because we can't rely on these jobs. We can't rely on the government. We definitely can't rely on unemployment. And this is literally the time is now to start being creative, to start being resourceful with earning a living. So if you have not started looking into it, I suggest you go ahead and start right now, like ASAP.